was the scenario that happened? Is like what we on the outside heard, well, especially from my perspective, since I'm not a big rapper fan, is that Tyler Grosso and Tupor were basically implicated in some kind of like weird scenario where it was alleged that you had taken advantage of a girl while she was fucked up at a party. Is that accurate?
No.
Is that off?
The police report came out, bro. So like that vindicated me tenfold. Thank fucking God.
But what I said is roughly what was said in the media, right?
Oh, bro. Well, what happened was they interviewed the chick that alleged this tweet. So you're talking about, this is the 25th anniversary of Monday Night Raw. This is the biggest Raw of the fucking year. And I met a chick after a Red Hot Chili Peppers fucking concert. Yeah, through Tupor and Tyler Grosso, but I didn't know her. And you meet a girl, you don't know that bitch. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not apologizing for shit, dog. I was at a Red Hot Chili Peppers concert having the time of my fucking life, and I got laid that night, all right? It came back to bite me in the fucking ass. But you know, the people that want to apologize, maybe they got something to fucking hide. And I don't. So I came back swinging, unlike anybody else in that fucking movement. I took a 5-month social media silence, and I dropped the World Star music video Phoenix, which was saying fuck you to anybody who would believe that dumbass shit. Because this girl waited until the 25th anniversary of Monday Night Raw and sent a tweet out at like 3 p.m. I had already gone through rehearsals for Monday Night Raw.
Whoa.
I was at the arena in the Barclays Center
How
when this
long
tweet
after
goes
this
out.
was
So
it?
is it a coincidence? In October.
So you slept with her, and then how many months until
4 or 5 months later?
Okay.
Like what? Like January?
Right.
And she tweets out like some shit like, I've been holding this in for so long. And then you wait till the 25th anniversary of Monday Night Raw right before it goes on air to send that fucking tweet out. So I call my lawyers and boom, boom, boom. And, you know, I got to pay lawyers to convince the police to do an investigation because I'm famous. They don't have any motive to do an investigation,
right?
You know, because they're basing so much shit off a tweet and people's word. You know, everybody dives on it.
She didn't go to the cops, but you had to go to the cops because you had to try to clear your name.
She ended up popping for like drugs or some shit or going to rehab. I don't know her fucking story. I don't know shit. All I know is the police had never ever contacted me once and still haven't to this day.
Right.
They have never contacted me once. So. Not before, not after, not during. They have never contacted me once.
It was really just a tweet.
It was a tweet.
Right.
And a tweet was in the height of the WWE's Me Too movement was happening, but in the height of the WWE's Women Revolution. They were doing their first ever women's pay-per-view that Sunday, and they had just brought in Ronda Rousey that week.
Wow.
And then this girl does this. So it's just a lot poured on top of time, and timing, like I said, is everything.
Yeah.
But the silver lining in all of this is, bro, is like you said, I would have probably had to been dragged out of the ring on fire. I was loving my job. I was loving my life. I was loving the smiles, the people. And I, more importantly, wasn't letting any of the hate get to me because I was playing a bad guy on TV.
Right.
It's a unique situation in entertainment in general. What rappers or Hollywood superstars are trying to make you hate them?
Yeah.
Which ones? A few maybe say shit. Like Kanye could stir the fucking shit, right? But
Still feel like he wants to be loved.
Probably.
I feel like somebody like 50 Cent is kind of playing the troll, like he wants you to hate him, or like even 6ix9ine, he was asking for you to hate him.
He don't give a fuck, bro.
He really is a
50 don't
psycho,
give a fuck. I mean, I wouldn't call him a psycho. I would just call him a guy who got shot 9 times, lived, and probably doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean?
A great New Yorker.
Yeah, well, dude, you talk. We were just looking at G-Unit sneakers. Watch them all fly off of fucking eBay now. Thank you. We were just out there looking at beat up G-Unit sneakers. I was trying to cop a pair. I couldn't find them in my size. You remember the G-Unit sneaker?
I scammed them on stolen credit cards back in the day, yeah.
Blue Yankee fitted, G-Unit sneakers.
That was the look right there.
That was it, dog. I was white tees and you know, Yankee fitted, you know, but we had the blowout. I was all jersey. Don't mince it.
Okay.
You know, like I was a wife beater, maybe 2. White wife beater, black one over top.
Right.
White headband.
So
maybe
you were
black
a Guido before Jersey Shore?
Yeah, that's why we cut the promo on them, talking shit. Me and my brother, I cut the promo. He filmed it. Like, you guys ain't even fucking from here.
Right.
You know, we call you
nobody on the show is from Jersey, right?
Nobody. Like, we call you gringos. You're not good in these streets.
Right.
If you come out here, you're getting fucked up. You're not good in my streets. And, like, I know everybody in Jersey, bro.
Were you fist bumping?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. They found me right off the back of a moving truck, dude.
Yeah.
I managed the Hooters.
Really?
Yeah, for 9 months straight out of college.
Hooters is like training school to be a stripper,
Yeah.
right?
I had a lot of girls, and I
like
still talk to them all now.
It's
They
the
were all
lowest
very
on the
good
sex
to me.
worker totem pole.
It's the best one.
In a lot of ways, it's the best. It's the most family friendly.
Yeah, look at this. Got the Hooters tattooed on my arm, bro. Tattoo Hooters.
I can't believe I actually had looked at that and didn't think about how crazy that is.
I had to get that
during
done.
this. Wow.
It was the only real job I had since college.
And
you
you
know
have
what I mean?
Warrior with a Wu-Tang W. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Waldwick Warrior, baby.
Is that
That's
Elvis
my
up there?
Shout out Waldwick, dude.
Is that Elvis?
No, that's Frank Sinatra, Young
Frank
Blue
Sinatra,
Eyes, bro.
right, okay.
Some good work here, don't I?
That's pretty
Mark
cool.
Mahoney did that. You know who Mark Mahoney is?
Sounds
on
familiar.
Sunset at the Shamrock.
Right.
Okay.
I fuck with the Shamrock.
So he does Johnny Depp, Rihanna, fucking Tupac, Biggie. He's tattooed everybody. So
Yeah.
listen to this plug I get. Leonard Skinner, all right? The remnants of the band now and the new lead singer, his younger brother, you know, Johnny Van Zandt, Rob Van Zandt, you know what I'm saying? So Ricky Medlock is the lead guitarist now. He was the drummer back in the 70s, I believe. But Ricky's a huge wrestling fan.
Right.
So Leonard Skinner, Ricky Medlock is a huge fan of mine. And I get in touch with Ricky. He gets in touch with me. Ricky Medlock, the fucking guitarist for Leonard Skinner. I'm on stage with Ricky. They're playing Freebird, looking back at me like, yeah, I'm out with my homie. I'm like, holy shit, bro. This is insane. Like, I can't even believe my life. You're talking like Forrest Gump.
Right.
I'm as free as a bird. And I'm like, this is nuts, right? Well, Ricky is like, you got to meet this tattoo artist, Mark Mahoney. If you move to LA and you don't get artwork from Mark Mahoney, you know, I'd be mad at you.
Right.
So Mark only does referral appointments. So fucking Leonard Skinner got me in the chair with Mark Mahoney. And when you get Mark Mahoney, what do? Bro? You gotta get some portrait work or something. So Frank Sinatra, I know he ain't gonna fuck it up.
Right. Wow, that's lit. That's fucking dope. Yeah. I should go to him to get some portrait work done. I've never got any.
Yeah, dude, he's the man, bro. But more importantly, you gotta look him up. He's a Rat Packer.
Yeah.
So he's in that music video with Lana Del Rey. She's with that old guy. You know, dude, he the smoothest looking cat you ever saw.
Definitely.
He's got 5 layers on.
Okay.
He walks in with takes the vest off.
Right.
Takes the coat off, takes the jacket off, takes the vest off, takes the cufflinks off, rolls his sleeves up, then you're getting tattooed.
That's class.
This is the guy.
Wow.
And he rolls in right before the appointment. Doesn't say much to anybody. When he sits down, he's smooth as butter.
You ever think
You
about
don't
that?
even feel his needle either.
People who dress really nice, they get a lot of respect. People view them in a certain way. I can't bring myself to do it. I can't bring myself to like put something. Yeah, right. Like,
Bro, dude,
you
we
can't
sell
even handle
these
some
shirts.
sleeves.
RealOneShop.com. Real G's move in silence like lasagna.
How's that selling your own merch after doing it through WWE for all those years?
If I get hit by Lil Wayne for this is just pasta on the back. You know what I'm saying?
You're doing your own merch now.
Yeah, man.
What
You know,
percentage is WWE taking when you're doing it through them?
I took 2.5%. I made them $8 million on a T-shirt alone. This one was very similar to the one I
my
sold.
God.
$8 million in a year. I saw 2.5%. And I'm not complaining. There's more money than I ever made in my life.
Right.
I'm just stating the facts.
2.5%. Holy
Women lie,
shit.
men lie, numbers don't lie.
Oh
You
my
know,
God, that is filthy. Vince, what are you doing?
Yeah, well, he's created. I think he's brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at Vince, he's created a monopoly. In the late '90s, he bought all the wrestling footage that ever existed, and then he purchased the only wrestling place that was real competition, WCW. Right? When he did so, he bought all the footage that ever existed of wrestling. Why?
Right.
Because he foresees the future. He has his own network, and he wanted to be the Netflix of pro wrestling. So he has his own app, his own network. And when he switched from pay-per-view to you got to buy the network to watch WrestleMania and all that shit, like everybody was like, what the fuck, man? And the boys, we used to get paid off payouts on the pay-per-views.
Right.
So we were like, what happens to the payouts on the pay-per-views now? How do we get paid if it's based on network buys and subscription buys?
Yeah.
And they've never really given you that answer. You
Really?
kind of just get what you get. And then if you don't like what you get, you go and ask. And sometimes as a wrestler, I walk up to a guy and I go, dude, listen. I walk up to my boss. I go, bro, I nearly fucking killed myself, dude. All right? You know, I got knocked out fucking cold. All right, on pay-per-view.
Right.
I need a few extra fucking dollars. That envelope is fucking light. And he goes and talks to Vince. Sometimes you get taken care of, sometimes you don't. But a lot of guys, I think, get the money that they ask for, but nobody. Shit, I can't say. I don't think a lot of people ask. I never asked for a raise once, ever.
Really?
Yeah.
It would just
I actually
come down.
turned down a raise once off of principle, and I think I got a lot of heat for it and always had. I was in
Principle.
Yeah, I was in NXT at the time, bro, and I was a big star. But because I didn't know how to wrestle or something like that, like this fucking overhead, lore that exists amongst these guys who have been wrestling for 10 years in armories and shit like that.
Right.
They're going to sit there and, point holes at my game or try to say some shit like that. And they always hung it over my head that I was found on a moving truck. Yeah. And I was never a wrestler, and I was found in a YouTube video. So how could I make more money than these guys, right?
Right.
So I was a big star on the show, and I found out a girl that came in, Carmella, who's in the WWE now.
Right.
She came into the system and was making more money than me, and I was on TV. And then she started wearing leopard print and kind of had a gimmick that was with us now. She's a part of our crew now. A girl from Massachusetts is from New Jersey. And in our trio, I'm getting her over and holding a microphone and shit. And she's getting paid more money than me. And I knew it. So I never asked for money. But when they gave me a raise, I nudged it back. And I said, I see the light at the end of the tunnel here, and I'm going to be a fucking millionaire. I'm going to be a fucking huge star when I get called up to Monday Night Raw or SmackDown, whatever that is. So this fucking chump change that you guys are trying to offer me right now, I don't give a fuck about an extra $100 a week.
Wow.
And they were like, oof. And then I got a lot of heat and slack from that. And I think it actually held me in big gas in NXT for a little while longer.
Really?
Yeah.
Crazy. Wait, so let me just finish up on this stuff. How did you feel when that accusation actually came out? And like the fact that they
I was beside myself. I have a goddaughter. I have a sister. I have a mother who are like, bro, you couldn't imagine the pain that my family went through from this.
Right.
I mean, that's my only regret is that, like maybe I put myself in the wrong place at the wrong time. And you could put yourself there a lot of times. You need to make better decisions. And I'm learning from my mistakes. I know, I got to get an NDA anytime I see a new girl, dog. Like, that's the life I fucking live now. I don't trust girls. It's crazy. You get PTSD from a situation like that. Yeah. But I have a sister whose heart is broken, a little goddaughter who maybe has to hear about this bullshit one day. Like, but if it ever, doesn't get, because I'm going 5 months without knowing what's going to happen because I got to pay lawyers to get the police to conduct an investigation because they got taxpayers' dollars they're not going to waste when there's real crimes being committed.
Right.
I'm not worried. If you are just a guy working at Starbucks and a girl accuses you of this in a tweet, no one gives a fuck.
Right.
So what? You move on. But with me, I want to vindicate my name. So I got to get a police report generated. Right. And how am I going to get a police report generated when nobody's going to answer the phone? Yeah. Nobody's answering the phone for me. They're like, fuck it, was a tweet. Like, it's not even fucking real shit. Right. So I had to get on the heels of these cops and they had, I had a lawyer on retainer for 5 months until the police report came out and said, yeah, this guy did nothing wrong.
But so the WWE, that's not enough for them, though? They couldn't take you back after that? Were you petitioning them to?
No. I at that point in my career, bro, I had felt like, honestly, in retrospect, looking at my life, the voice that I could have in the future, I just felt like I appreciate all the opportunities I got from them. It was a dream come true. It was a blessing. But I did everything I wanted to do there. I mean, WrestleMania against the Hardy Boys for the tag titles. I got fired with the title around my waist.
Wow.
I went out on top. That never, ever happens in wrestling. So the next time that I came back to the WWE, I showed up at a pay-per-view of theirs in November.
The SummerSlam thing, right?
Survivor Series.
Right.
Just showed up, bought a ticket, wore a wig.
Right. I actually knew you were going to do this before you did it.
Yeah, it was bananas.
Right. And what'd you do? You like just stood up on a chair and started
that's
screaming?
All I needed to do, bro. That's all I needed to do is show up. Trend number one worldwide. Trend over your pay-per-view.
Right.
I beat you in your own game, Vince. I beat you in your own game.
But what was the
all
point of that?
All I did was show up and stand up.
The idea wasn't that you were trying to get back in?
No. I'm just a fan buying a ticket. Got a little fired up to watch the next match, you know?
Right. You just wanted to go viral or what?
Yeah, because I had a plan leading towards Madison Square Garden, which had just unfolded.
Right.
I had to let the world know that, like, this is like, people want to mince reality, dude. Like who I really am and who, like, the media might portray me to be.
Right.
Like, if you ever come to a meet and greet or meet me in person, you will see I'm like the nicest guy, and I want to go above and beyond for my fans because my fans pay my bills, and I am gracious and I have gratitude, and I go through those DMs and I show that love back. Because if you're playing my music and your heart is touched by it, like, I have a song Grace out that I made with my grandmother who just recently passed away, and if I had not got fired by the WWE, I would not have been living with my grandmother across the street for 5 months at the last 5 months of her life. And she lived across the street from me. So this woman is everything to me. I would have been on the road 300 days in a year.
Right.
I would have been off and running. But instead, I spent all that time and all those hours with her, because what else do I have to do? I'm not a pro wrestler. I have a link in my bio. I sell T-shirts, I do autograph signings, and I make music now. So my music is generating me money. These other things are generating me money. I'm not out here trying to be a millionaire in the WWE. This time for me right now is with my grandmother.
Oh,
you know? So I had that. I made that music video. And so oftentimes, I have fans that DM me that are just so touched by it.
Right.
And that means more to me than anything I ever did in wrestling. My music, touching people's lives, knowing that they're watching a music video that I made with my grandmother, who passed away.
Right.
And I knew she had congestive heart failure. We knew it. She didn't necessarily know it. But when you do something like that and you touch people's lives, that to me is in essence why I got into entertainment.
Right.
You know?
I feel like, well, so how do you feel like the fans that you had from wrestling felt about the music, and to what extent
I came
do you
out
think
swinging
that
right away.
Carried over?
So I came out swinging, and I did a pure wrestling move. I did a heel babyface turn, right?
Right.
I came out as a heel because I was a wrestler as a heel, and I came out with a fuck you to anybody who said fuck you to me, and thank you to my fans.
Right.
There's a subliminal thank you and fuck you in this whole message.
Right.
And I dropped that on World Star. Got millions of views, millions of streams. And, nothing crazy, but this is my first rap track ever, my first rap video, to infiltrate it like I did with a meet and greet going on in Times Square when I dropped it, 4,500 people showed up.
Right.
I mean, that was a movie. So I then dropped Grace, which doesn't have any curse words, doesn't talk anything bad, and is inspirational music. Because I have to give to those fans too.
Right.
And I don't want to put myself in a box. And while I did wrestling, and people like The Rock were able to translate into the biggest grossing star in the history of Hollywood. How did he do that? You got to look at the global mechanism that is the WWE when it comes to marketing.
Right.
You go to India, Peru, Ecuador, Chile, Japan, China, Germany, Ukraine, you go to Afghanistan, you go to, Saudi Arabia, they just did, which was real controversial. They do Dubai,
it's huge
Australia,
in all those places.
New Zealand, sell out arenas.
Really?
But here's the thing. Here's the trick that The Rock used to build his brand, because that's what this is just building your brand, right? Why is it that when The Rock goes, the millions, holds the mic up and they go, and the millions of The Rock's fans.
Right.
When he goes, if you smell what The Rock is cooking. When he says this stuff, the whole crowd says it back with him. They don't even know how to speak English. When I walk into an arena with Big Cass, from the first day I was ever on TV to the cult following I garnered in NXT before I debuted on Raw television, I said, my name is Enzo Amore, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Big Cass, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. Bada boom, realest guys in a room. How you doing? And if you ain't down with that, there's only one word to describe you, and I'm gonna spell it out for you. SAWFT. Shift. Whole arena, 85,000 people, WrestleMania. Go to India, sell it in an arena, I hear it from them. That was a part of the brand building process that the other wrestlers were completely missing out of the gate. I walked into every arena, and what did I do? I introduced myself.
Right.
Simple. Why wouldn't I introduce myself?
Right.
But you're all going to say it with me? I didn't even know how the fuck this shit happened.
So you feel like that was kind of like an accidental thing? That wasn't some you didn't have a genius viral marketing strand to your brain at that time?
Of course, absolutely.
It feels like that was like too, like when you say that, it sounds too well put together to be accidental as a marketing device.
It was accidental with the soft thing with John Cena. Okay. So when I said the soft thing, that fucking thing got popping.
Right.
And we just had to build upon it. So every time they wanted to see me in the ring and they didn't want to give me these long matches and I was going to go out there and lose, they're going to give me more time on the microphone because it's segmented television. We go to commercial breaks. So if you're in the ring for 5 minutes and then you go to a commercial break, the referee's telling you, hey, we're in a commercial break, right? Okay, we're coming back from commercial in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get to action.
So what do you do during the commercial break? You just
Sometimes you do
bide your time.
I would do tomfoolery, bro. I would fuck around. Like I'd roll out of the ring, go grab my wig from a kid, fucking do my dance, get chased around by some guy. When you get back from the commercial break, I'm in the ring. I get super kicked in the face and fall.
Do the fans get that you're fucking around because it's a commercial break? Do you think they know?
Yeah,
to some
they do
extent?
in the arenas. In the arenas on TV, yeah.
Yeah.
In NXT pay-per-views. And television when we were shooting it, they figured it out eventually, yeah.
Interesting. Do you feel like the fans ever really reacted negatively to you due to the accusation, or do you think that?
Oh yeah, I mean, I got hate mail, bro. I got things said about me, to me, people that think they know me due to articles that would like depicted me in certain lights, due to wrestlers that spread rumors and talk to beat writers and fucking conversationalists on the internet and forums and bullshit.
Right.
Like if you get to know Eric, the real person, you know that I didn't drive with the wrestlers. Yeah, I didn't really hang out with them. No. My enemies, few and far between.
Right.
But you have to understand, an enemy of mine is not an enemy of mine.
Right.
Like I don't have hate in my heart. I hit the same shtick every day when I walked into work. Every person I saw, and they might have hated me for it. But when they're like, "What's up, Enzo?" I'd stop, full-fledged stop. Yesterday was the best day of my life. You won't believe what happened. I wake up today. Today's better than yesterday. Unbelievable.
You would say that to everyone?
Everyone. And then I'd walk on.
Right.
So do you love that guy or do you hate that guy?
Yeah.
But that's the way I was living.
Right.